Our universe has some peculiar properties that couldn't be explained by conventional Big Bang theory. For example, it's flat, meaning it's at just the right mass density that it'll neither expand forever nor collapse back on itself. Why should it be flat? And completely opposite sides of the universe that haven't had time to interact are at the same temperature. How can this possibly be? These were two of the biggest questions in cosmology.
Years ago, I came across the crazy idea that very large truths should not only be simple to explain, they should be simple for everyone to understand. This Occam's razor-like approach is not designed to convince you that the geography of the Earth is flat, but rather that the flatness is a simple universal truth, just like the one that says you should hit that like and subscribe button and add your positive energy to be measured. Welcome to Disclosure 23. The Earth is not flat, the universe is.
The sun is the source of all power on Earth. The sapphire sun generates energies comparable to the sun's photosphere. Imagine being able to tap directly into the sun for power.
That the universe is electric is something I have covered many times. Because it is electric and the basics of electricity are already well known and simple to understand, we can say that there are two simple principal parts making up the whole, the positive and the negative. We see this truth again in the yin and the yang, and throughout other symbols in our world. Unless you can find a third point on the battery, or a third color within the yin and yang, then these two poles mean that the physical universe only has two dimensions. That means the universe is flat. Now, stick with me. The double slit experiment has shown conclusively that matter has two states, observed and unobserved. This additional dualism indicates that consciousness plays a direct role in the creation of the physical world. When you hear someone say we live in a simulation, for example, they mean your consciousness is inhabiting an avatar in a reality only created because you entered the game and began observing your environment.
Do not try and bend the spoon. That's impossible. Instead, only try to realize the truth.
What truth?
There is no spoon.
There is no spoon?
Then you'll see that it is not the spoon that bends, it is only yourself.
Manya Long is a consciousness researcher whose work is focused on defining consciousness as an electromagnetic phenomenon. Your consciousness pulls reality into existence around you at the Planck scale, making electromagnetism the third and your experience of the frame rate change the fourth dimension of reality, or what we call time. 1, 2, 3, and 4 cogent dimensions. Consciousness is principal to this equation because without the observer, nothing would exist but the wave of probability. This model helps us to understand a very old question. If a tree falls in the forest and there is no one there to hear it, does it make a sound? No, it makes a wave. That wave probably sounds like a tree falling, but if there is no one there to hear it, it will remain a wave and diffuse into probabilities around it until those probabilities are observed. When people say, "Hey flat earthers, we've measured the curvature of the Earth and we can confirm that the Earth is not flat." Yes, you are 100% correct. The Earth is not flat and your tools are properly calibrated in sending back good data. But the moment you stopped looking at it, it became flat. Well, it became a wave of probability more precisely. The next time you looked at that curve again to prove the Earth was once again not flat, it popped back in from that wave of probability into a finite and measured arc of the Earth again. Leaks about craft that travel light years in an instant almost always describe a folding of 2 points of a napkin together and stepping across. The Earth is not flat, my friends. The universe is. And understanding this dynamic will allow the humanity of Earth to travel the vastness of the universe in the blink of an eye. Shit's weird, brah. And yes, it's also that simple. Click that like and subscribe button and be measured. Don't forget to leave me a comment down below. Peace.